Recording. All right, we're officially recording. And I'm going to go like this because I'm a broke bitch. And this is how I do things. All right, top 6 unrestricted free agent targets for the Rangers. Hope you guys are ready. I put a lot of work into this. I had 10 players originally, and fucking 4 of them got re-signed from the time I made this morning to now. So I hope you guys are ready. All right, 6 UFA targets, and we're dumpster diving. That's why Drury and Say they're right there.
I like to picture the Goodwill.
So here's the layout. The stats are based on minimum 41 games played from the 24-25 season using NHL.com and Puckpedia. There's 6 players. There were 10. Based on Rangers' needs, the top 4 defensemen, there's none, so don't go looking for any. A top or middle 6 winger, and just forward depth. Originally there were more, but 4 of them got re-signed while I was making this from this morning. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. You guys ready for the Dadonov sweepstakes? Yeah, a lot of people looking for
Yeah, I'm ready to watch Dmitry Orlov get the bag. I'm so excited.
This is purely hypothetical and speculative. Have fun and relax. Do not cancel Joey again. All right, number 1, Anthony Mantha. He's coming off a season-ending injury. Could get a cheap prove-it deal. So his stats are based on the 24-25 season, except for the relative. It's a Fenwick stat, so like high danger chances for. All right, his 11.9 would be second in this unrestricted free agent class and second on the Rangers by a lot. By the way, if you guys aren't using Puckpedia as a resource, I would. The advanced stats are fucking free, and they're right in front of your stupid face. Go look at them. Thank you. 1.31 takeaways per 60 would be 4th on the Rangers. His 3.13 hits per 60 would be 8th amongst Rangers forwards. So like, whatever. 9 minors penalties. We tied 6 fewest. Say Drake. 51.5 shot attempts percentage would be 5th on the Rangers. His 3.7 relative shot attempts percentage would be 5th. Bless you. Don't sneeze while I'm doing things. She hit me earlier. You know that. His estimated deal would be a 1 year to 2 to 2.5 million. Discuss.
I miss you guys.
Only put on my ring. I'm married now. Discuss.
How do I feel about Anthony Mantha?
How do you feel about Anthony Mantha?
I think he's I think, in my opinion, I think he's all right.
The underlying numbers are good, though.
I mean, here's kind of my thought process with this offseason. I really don't care what they do at this rate because they're going to suck next year anyway.
Yeah.
So just get players that you could flip at the deadline. Sure. Yeah. This could be one of them. Yeah. Why not? What was the injury again? Did he have knee surgery or was it like an Achilles?
It was lower body. I don't recall exactly what, but he missed the entire season.
We don't give exact injuries.
Yeah, we don't specify.
I mean, listen. If we're going to sign anybody, and like this goes with Evan says, can we at least sign them to 1-year contract so we can at least flip them if we suck at the deadline? Yeah. The only thing is because when we inevitably treat DeAndre Miller tomorrow and fucking lock up ourselves to Vladislav Gravikov for 7 years, it's not going to be too fun, though.
No, not at all. That's why I think like Anthony Mantha for me would be like the perfect sign to a 1-year deal. And if you overpay him on a 1 year, that's fine. Just don't get him beyond a year. Hope he has a great regular season, then you flip him at the deadline. I think this is the perfect guy to do that with because you know he can play in the top 6. I mean, look at his JFresh card, right? So obviously right here, the 92% WAR, that's from 1920, but his 23-24, he's right in and around that mid to high 80. And he wasn't playing on a great Washington team. That was when they got swept by the Rangers in the first round. So imagine just how fucking bad they were. I think this guy playing in the Rangers top 6 is a shoo-in for at least a 50-point, 20-goal season, which if it's a barren trade deadline, he could get you a second-round pick or a first-round pick if a team's desperate enough to pay for him.
Yeah, and on top of that, it gives you room to let guys like Othman and Perreault maybe start in the AHL and push those guys to be better. So instead of having... Or, I mean, who knows? They might lose Will Cooley tomorrow. I don't even know.
They might. They might.
Within the next month, they might. So if they do, I mean, they're going to have to play him with Miller, and Zibanejad. So who knows if it gets to that point. But if all goes right and they do actually have, both Cooley and Mantha, then you could at least make him be an option to push the younger guys to be better.
Yeah.
I would say Mantha for 1 year, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything more than that, no, because it's
agree.
I don't see this guy as how old is he now?
28, 29.
Yeah, I don't see him as part of like a future.
No. But a 1 year flip of the deadline deal, we're in agreement that would be a good one.
He's like what Strome was when the Rangers first picked him up, right?
Yeah.
Like eventually you would think that they would flip him, but the Rangers never did. They had many opportunities to flip that guy for a first round pick, and they never did.
Yeah, we probably, knowing us, we'd sign this guy for a 1 year deal, be like completely out of the playoff picture, and give him like a 3x7.
I was about to say that's my only fear with doing this.
Jury will do the fucking Will Borgen special where he should flip him, and then fucking give him a stupid extension, and then no movement calls on top of that.
I think more importantly, and I'm sure you guys are as well as most of the people watching this, I'm severely underwhelmed with what the Rangers have done this offseason.
It's only gonna get worse. Just you wait.
Severely underwhelmed, especially because of all the reports and rumors that the Rangers would be on so many things. Like you heard Robertson was an option. You heard Marty Natchez was an option. You heard maybe they would dip their toes in a Peterka offer sheet. And you can't even blame them for not getting Peterka because Kevin Adams is just so stupid. I have no idea. He had an offer for Jordan Kyrou on the table, and he didn't take it. He had an offer for Marco Rossi on the table, and he didn't take it. I think the Blackhawks offered him the 4th overall pick, and he didn't take it.
Did you say the Dobson thing too?
The Dobson thing? What about?
The
Islanders offered Dobson, right? That's right. The
God,
Islanders offered Dobson.
There was a team that offered two first-round picks, and 2 roster players.
How do you not take that?
And they said, "No, I want
Josh Doan," and you take Kesselring.
That was probably Columbus that offered the 2 first and
it had to be
roster players. It was them or
Montreal. Take that.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. But I will say,
got to have dirt on somebody here. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I will say though, we shouldn't even have to have this conversation. They should have got Michelli today.
Oh my God.
Who, the Rangers?
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, he went for like what? Like a mid-round
third, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which we used on Sergei Gonchar's nephew instead.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next player though.
Yeah, please.
Continuing with the dumpster diving. Anthony Beauvillier. His 1.3 relative shot attempts percentage is 5th on the Rangers. His 52.3 shot attempts percentage would be 4th on the Rangers. So, by the way, the difference between relative and regular. So, regular shot attempts percentage is just what he does amongst his team. So when with the team, the 1.3 relative is what he himself is contributing, which is why I think it matters. His 0.52 net penalties per 60 would be 1st on the Rangers and 35th in the entire NHL. His 7.99 hits would be 5th amongst Rangers forwards. His 2.07 block per 60 would be 7th amongst Rangers forwards. His 4.58 relative Fenwick, dangerous Fenwick, would be 4th. Estimated deal to 2 by 2.15. So pretty much the same percentage as what the Rangers gave Grabner when they signed him to a 2-year deal all those years ago. I see a similar thing for Beauvillier here. I think it'd be a really good bottom 6 piece, and this is probably one of the few guys, at least at this AAV, I'd be comfortable giving a deal beyond 1 year. Discuss.
I wanted him. We talked about how if the Rangers
ad nauseum
got themselves into a position to buy last year, how we wanted him. That didn't happen at all. And he did play with Mike Sullivan last year, and he did well playing with Mike Sullivan. That might have been more Crosby, because I think he played with Crosby most of the time, which is something that you could, look at and say that that could hurt. But, I mean, hey, if he's playing with culture-changing Miller, I mean, maybe that will get him going. But, I don't know. I'm for it. Again, it's kind of similar to what we just talked about with Mantha, where I want guys for the wing specifically to push these younger players to be better. Because something that I'm talking about just with the Mets is they didn't bring veteran presence in this offseason. I want the Rangers to do that, to push the younger guys, to make them earn their roster spots a little bit more. But not to the point where you're making them earn it, where you're burying them on the 4th line. Like it's either you're getting top minutes in the AHL or you're on the roster, and then you can move these guys down the depth chart, and it's a win either way.
Exactly.
We need a freaking 3rd line. We have Parson in centering that line.
Yeah, this could be your answer right here.
I mean, like, is Berard or Othman are they locks to make it?
No,
I don't know.
Neither one of them.
Right, and then like you don't even know if Cooley's gonna come back. Like that's not a guarantee. Like you could be penciling him in right now, but tomorrow's coming. He might not make it. He might not make it past July or even tomorrow. Someone might offer sheet him.
Berard for me should be a lock to make the third line.
I agree.
I think he's the perfect. I mean, you think of probably out of all the pieces on this roster, I would say for a Mike Sullivan system, he's probably one of the best that fits into a Mike Sullivan system in terms of Northwest hockey.
That makes too much sense.
It does make too much sense, and knowing us, we'll probably bury him on the fourth line because why give the kid ice time? No, I think listen for Beauvillier, I like him. I think he's a solid piece, but he falls into the same category for Mantha for me. I really wouldn't lock him up anything for more than 1 year. That's just my opinion.
1 year.
I don't know if you guys saw the tweet just now from NHL Watcher, just because I thought I'd bring this up. Yeah, Elliot Freeman saying that McDavid and the Oilers are talking, but would be surprised if an extension is done tomorrow. Adds we could see other big extensions tomorrow, like Kaprizov or Eichel.
Oh, fuck's sake. I don't want to hear that. Okay, onward we go. That just made me upset. No future for the Rangers.
We have Miller, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Miller, yeah. This guy we've wanted forever now.
Wait.
Andrew Mangiapane.
He's a UFA?
Oh, yeah. Buy low, high upside. 3.1 relative dangerous Fenwick, 5th. 4.2 hits per 60, 7th. 0.34 net penalties per 60 minutes, 2nd. 52.3 shot touch percentage, 4th. 2.8 relative shot touch percentage, 5th. Same thing as the Beauvillier idea. I see it as like a Grabner deal. He did not have a great year in Washington. That's why I think this is a buy low situation. Get lucky.
I think Mangiapane would be.
Jay Fresh uses weird pictures.
I think Mangiapane would be an amazing third liner, and he would be a good second liner. I think he'd be a good second liner if he's playing. We've always said it, Nick. You got to get him to play with Panarin.
Yes.
I think that would work.
Breadman and Breadman.
Yeah, yep. Breadman and Eat Bread. They would work out perfect together.
I've always liked this guy too. Every time the Rangers play Calgary, he's always noticeable. Yeah, I mean, this is one guy where I wouldn't mind going longer than 1 year.
Yeah, especially if you get a bargain deal. Like that's why I think that's why I threw the Grabner one in there. Like a guy that was really good, definitely didn't have a great last year or even year prior. He was kind of So this is a high upside grab right here.
How old is Mangiapane?
29, going on. I think he's 29.
He's going 30 on now? 30. No, he's going on 30. He's
I wouldn't
29 right now.
I wouldn't go longer than like 3 years.
But this could be another guy, dude. Like, what if the Rangers sign him to a 1 year, same thing, prove it deal? He's got fucking 20 goals at the trade deadline, and the Rangers are way out of a playoff spot. This is another at least second round pick you're getting for a player.
Flip that for like a first.
Yeah,
I mean, you're probably getting a first if these guys are signing extensions apparently tomorrow.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that's the damn truth. So.
I mean, this pretty much applies to everyone on here. Like, unless I know there's 3 more guys on here, but unless you're getting high quality talent to a guy who you should sign long term, no one here as depth options should be given more than a 1 year deal. Just because, I mean, most likely this team is going to suck. At least that's what I anticipate. And I'm not signing anyone up long term because just in case you do have a good year and you suck, guess what? You can get future assets to return at the deadline. The only thing is, if you're going to play Mangiapane with Panarin, just make sure he doesn't take his phone. That's the only thing I'll say.
And the other thing I'll say, this would be a good replacement. Like, I think he's more of a middle 6 forward, which is what Kreider should have been last year. But like, you could replace Kreider in that regard. We're not going to be looking up in the rafters one day at his number. No. I get it, everyone. You don't have to cancel me.
I might.
But I think he's a better 5v5 player, but he could fill the penalty kill role at least, and he could be serviceable on your second power play.
He's a motherfucker. He plays hard. All right, gonna grab a cupcake and go to the next one. Christian Dvorak. 2.5 relative dangerous Fenwick. Be 5th. His negative 1.9 relative shot attempt percentage should actually be 12th in the Rangers. How bad they are. His 8 minor penalties would be tied for the 4th fewest in the Rangers. His .14 net penalties for 60 would be 7th. He's got average miscellaneous per 60 stats. 55.8 faceoff win percentage will be second. I gave him a 3x3 Rodriguez. I know we're against the long-term deals. The only reason I threw this guy on the list, I have a friend who's from Montreal. I hang out with, I play hockey with him down here in Charlotte. And hold on a second. we were talking about the Canadians. I was telling you, that guy Dvorak, what a fucking flop of a trade he was for you guys. And he said the complete opposite. He said that this guy is so massively underrated and that he's praying Montreal re-signs it before he goes to free agency. And apparently that's consensus amongst Canadians fans who hate everybody, including themselves. So if Canadians fans like this guy, could be a sneaky guy to take a look at.
I mean, am I allowed to talk about Montreal, or
well, maybe Joey sits this one out before someone actually goes at his house.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys.
Yeah,
I won't comment about
your
Montreal.
address on the timeline. Well,
yeah, we don't need assassinated day.
I'm gonna get doxxed. I'm gonna get doxxed.
Dox day.
Dox day.
Dox day.
God forbid I take my nephew to have a little bit of fun before I start my new job.
The thing that
How dare you?
About Dvorak is
Dvorak.
The guy actually wins faceoffs. I know this team doesn't have a lot of guys that could win faceoffs, so it'd be nice to have someone that could. And we're talking about improving the third line. This would improve the third line. Yeah,
I mean, it would push fucking Juuso Parssinen fucking shit versus poop on the third line out of the lineup. Get the Fuhrer out of there.
All I'll say is, fuck you, Montreal. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Joey laid down the fist.
Joey's pissed. All right, Brandon Tanev.
Yes,
Brandon Tanev. Okay.
2.05 relative dangerous Fenwick would be 6. 22 even strength points would be 9th on the entire Rangers team. Ass. 9.54 hits per 60 would be 4th. 6.02 blocks per 60 would be 1st amongst forwards. 2nd on the entire fucking team. 1.32 takeaways per 60 would be 3rd on the Rangers. 0.29 net penalty per 60 would be 3rd. The guy does not take very many penalties. 8 minors. Tied 4th. Paul's cupcake. Negative 4.6 relative shot attempt percentage would be 15th on the team. That's the thing. He is not generating a lot of the shots. It's the team around him. I don't know if relative shot attempt percentage takes this into account, but a lot of the shots are probably coming off of offensive zone turnovers when he's hitting a defenseman against the board, puck pops out, team gets a shot. Maybe that's why it's negative because he's not the one shooting it. I don't know. I gave him a 3x3 Evan Rodriguez. I know we're a little wary about the multi-year deals, so men's and men's on the guesstimated deal. But if they could somehow turn into a 1-year deal and not a Barclay Gaudreau type situation, I think Tanev would be an awesome get for the 4th line. I know we got a lot of Rempe lovers, and I don't mind Rempe, but if the Rangers are trying to win, this guy's better than Rempe and put you in a better spot to win than Rempe. If he's in the lineup every single night on your 4th line, and you can move him up and down the lineup, he's not just subject to being a 4th liner by himself.
Yeah, if that's a contract, I'm not with it though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I understand.
I mean, I like Tanev as a player. I think if we're talking about culture changes here and playing the right type of hockey, I think Brandon Tanev, if you slot him into the bottom 6, more likely a 4th line guy. I think he plays the right type of hockey. It's just I agree with Evan. I'm not giving him a 3x3 if that's the type of deal you're looking for. Like I agree. I'm only looking for 1 year if it's for a guy like Brandon Tanev. Because then again, Tanev's he's not a guy that's going to put up massive points. So even then, like the type of return, you're probably not going to get a large return. You're probably looking at somewhere like a 3rd, 2nd round pick at best. But in terms of, like I said, plays the right type of hockey. So yeah, I mean, 1-year deal, sure.
If the Rangers were a playoff team and had cap space, this would be the perfect guy to get.
Yeah, that I would agree with.
Unfortunately, it's not the case. I think someone is going to overpay him and take him long term when he gets the open market.
I've liked Tanev for a really long time. Yes, 1-year deal I would do, and nothing longer than that though. No. Nothing longer than that. I honestly wouldn't mind a 3rd line of. I mean, we just talked about Dvorak. I wouldn't mind a 3rd line of Berard, Dvorak, and Brandon Tanev if you had
a great 3rd line.
If you had to settle with that,
yeah.
I mean, it's like Parssinen could go be $1.55 million healthy scratch. Is that what he made? Is that what it was?
You mean like the send in the minors, not count against the cap?
Yeah, or that, or you send in the minors.
I think it's 145. I think it's 145 or 155. But yeah, in that range. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know that there was if you want to talk about perfect 3rd line center, there probably was a guy on here that Nick had, and he talked about before, but he's probably going to end up re-signing with the Canucks. And this is a guy who I love to watch.
Oh, Pius Suter.
Pius Suter.
I took him off.
Yeah.
Because when Elliot tweeted that out earlier, no, it wasn't Elliot, the other idiot. No, was it Elliot that tweeted out earlier that they're making progress?
One of them.
Brennan Clack.
I watched a ton of.
Wasn't even worth looking at him anymore.
Yeah, I watched a ton of Vancouver 2 years ago, and that third line when they deployed, it was Suter at center, Garland on the left, and then dude, and then Dakota Joshua on the right. That was one of the best third lines in hockey that I've seen in a while. Constant forechecking, pressure in the offensive zone, creating and generating chances. Pius Suter would have been a really good signing. It's just again knowing this.
Parsonen's better.
Yeah, Parsons way better.
Next.
I think it's the last one. Yeah. Mark Del Gaizo. Del Paisan. 3.3 relative dangerous Fenwick. Fourth on the entire team, by the way. This is a guy that was playing 16 minutes a night on Nashville, who was fucking literal ass. Like they couldn't get out of their own way. I mean, everyone knows how bad Nashville. They were assville last season.
Defenseman?
Oh yeah. And he was nasty.
He's a D man.
A D man. 5.52 hits per 60 would be sixth on the Rangers, second amongst defensemen on the Rangers. Again, we'll get there. Will Borgen. 4.12 blocks per 60 would be fifth on the entire team. 1.47 takeaways per 60 would be second on the team. Second to Keandre Miller, believe it or not. 8 minor penalties, tied fourth. Negative 1.3 relative shot touch percentage, still 12th in the Rangers. The guy's 25 fucking years old. It makes too much sense they won't sign him. But I have him as my favorite defenseman option in the entire free agency right now. If Carson Soucy wasn't on this fucking team, how do you not sign this guy to a 1-year deal? Throw him in your top 6 minimum. Try him in the top 4 and let him rip. Those are his underlying numbers. Again, mind you, on a awful Nashville team. One of the worst teams in the NHL this season. And look at the numbers he put up.
Yeah, I really want him. I tweeted about him earlier. I sent some of the analytics charts in the group chat earlier. And just like how he boosted every single pair that he was on.
Every pair.
It makes too much sense. I mean, he's better than Carson Soucy. Meanwhile, they're going to pay Soucy $3.2 million to be older and a traffic cone, because I also think the upside offensively is higher if he's on a team that actually could put up better offensive numbers. The one thing I will say, I do think he's going to be better in sheltered minutes like he was in Nashville.
Yes.
But if you want an actual third pair defenseman, this is what you get, not the Carson Soucys and the Will Borgens of the world. This is an actual third pair defenseman.
Yes. This guy with Braden Schneider would be a great third pair.
Yes.
Unless you're trading Schneider, which
it's fun to play pretend, but
it's fun to play pretend, but it's not Halloween every single day. For some people it is, but I would love this guy, but the Rangers aren't going to sign him. He's going to go to Florida and win a cup and replace Nate Schmidt. So suck it up, Buttercup.
I love it. I would love this, but we know that ain't happening.
No,
the Rangers let Zach Jones go.
The only chance we have of getting this guy is that he's Italian. So maybe someone, it would be like, all right, we need at least one.
Dude,
we're in New York.
Vinny Trocheck flips him a meatball.
Right. They're not giving him anything.
They better give him the world, because this kid would be fucking excellent. But that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below who you want the Rangers to sign. I got news for you. They ain't signing shit. But we're going to play pretend, and we're going to have fun. We're going to laugh a little bit. Enjoy Gavrikov tomorrow, if they don't blow it.
We're not going to get anybody. You're going to come back into the next season with the exact same roster.
Yeah, the next stream we do, I mean, if you guys want to do a free agency stream, I won't be able to do it because I work during that day, but if you want to do one tomorrow night and recap everything, I'm sure we'll have plenty to explode at.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll talk about Will Cooley's offer sheet. All right. Enjoy playing pretend, everyone. See ya.